Hey runners, happy Saturday. It is October 15th. We're mid-October already as the month, really the year, is flying by. I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like once we hit the fall season, everything starts to just move along quicker with holidays coming around. So I don't know what time you're watching this or from where, but it is Saturday morning here, about 9:40 a.m. in Phoenix, and we are under a pretty cloudy morning here. We actually are looking at some thunderstorms, uh, really in a matter of probably hours, overnight and a little bit tomorrow. So yeah, that's dropping our temperatures quite a bit. We've been hovering around the upper 90s, which is definitely above our seasonal average temps of about 91. So today we might actually get some rain. They're saying anywhere from half an inch to an inch in the next day or two. For us, that's a lot because in Phoenix we don't really get that much rain. So, which is not a bad thing. My wife and I are going to be planting our garden. We've got some seeds that we're going to be planting, which we usually do about this time of the year, mid to end of October. But we're going to try to catch the rain to help kind of accelerate the growth of the plants through the seeds. So we were successful last year, and hopefully we'll have a good garden. So yeah. Um, so if you're new to the channel, my name is Pete. I'm a runner, also a certified running coach. I live here in Phoenix, Arizona. Um, I've been basically just doing this YouTube for a couple years, if that. Just covering everything about running, what I do with my running, training, races, kind of give you guys a little insight. And I hope to also learn a little bit more about yourself and what you do for your runs, your trainings, and races. Perhaps you have a race or you already raced this weekend, depends where you're at. Let me know down below. Go ahead and comment. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. So let's get on with it. This week, I ran a couple days. Just looking at my calendar here, I ran one, two, three, including today, 4 days. As some of you know, I've been kind of battling a little bit of what may be a hernia. I've gotten some tests back, which I recently just got the readings from my CAT scan yesterday, and I need to follow up with my specialist to just kind of confirm what was on the readings and what that means. But in a nutshell, at least from what I can read from the CAT scan, but again, like I said, I have to sit down with my specialist later this next coming week and just see what the next steps are, if any. So I had, a while ago, I had an ultrasound a few weeks ago, and it showed a little bit of a potential hernia. I went to see a specialist, a urologist, and he also kind of did some tests of his own and made the diagnosis of a very small hernia, if that. And so we wanted further tests to be able to look at it closer. So I got a CAT scan done, and just yesterday, Friday, the report came in, and I could read it and obviously see the images. Uh, Looks like good news. I mean, there was everything indicated. There's no mass. There's no, nothing, tumors or anything that looks like cancer. Everything looks clean. Um, so I didn't even see anything on there about a hernia. But I do feel a little bit, in that particular area down below. Um, like yesterday we went to Home Depot. We bought a pretty heavy bag of soil for the garden, and I could feel a little strain there. So I'm not really sure, if it's being diagnosed correctly, or is it, very tiny, or is it something else? So, anyways, overall, I mean, I feel pretty good. Little aches and pains here, but nothing that really stands out. My hip's still a little bit sore, my right foot, the bottom of the heel from about a year ago when I did a half marathon, just never fully recovered. But I haven't really taken a lot of downtime either, so I'll probably do that here, after the half marathon coming up. So let's get into it. So like I said, I haven't been running a lot of miles with this training. I started my 7th week of training. I like to do a 12-week training block. So this week I turned 53 on Monday. Happy birthday to me, right? On my last vlog, I mentioned that I was doing a 5.3 K to celebrate that. At a fairly hard effort. I think it was like an 8:06 or 8:07 pace, so I was happy with that. Just myself out on the road. And then following day I did 2.3 miles, and then the next day I did 5 miles. Split it up into 2 runs. I did one early in the morning before work, and then kind of mid-morning I went out for like a mile and a half of my break, and got in a total of 5. Then I took the next 2 days off, Thursday, Friday off, and then today I put in 10 miles. I ran with a friend of mine, a person that I've coached in the past as well. Her name's Meredith, really strong athlete, a great person overall. Also lives in our neighborhood, and we went out for a run this morning. Different paces, of course, but we started at the same place. So we have this park where we ran, and actually it was the outlet that's right next to the park, because I had to set my water bottle out close to the 5-mile mark. So we went there. We parked at the outlet, and she was running 8 miles, and she had like a speed session on hers, and I was running 10 miles with 2 speed sessions thrown in as well. First couple miles we ran together, a very easy pace, and then after that, my workout for the first speed session after the 2-mile warm-up was 3 miles at a cut down. For me, the cut down was 9:30, 9:15, and then 9 minutes. To me, that's definitely doable. Nothing crazy, just a nice good effort, especially on the 9 minutes, and that felt pretty good. I went out a little bit quick, especially on the second one on 9:15. I figured I might kind of alter that a little bit, and so I program my watch whenever I'm doing some workouts like that. I'll just program it on the Garmin, but I give myself like a window, 15-20 seconds slower and 15-20 seconds faster, so I don't constantly hear the beep. And I thought maybe I'll go a little bit quicker, which I did, especially in the very beginning of each mile, and then I gradually tailed off to closer to the target. So I started out 9:15, 9:30. I actually ran, looking here, 9:27. Felt good, and then the next one was supposed to be 9:15. I did 9:11. That one felt pretty good too. Then on the third one, target was 9. I did 8:56, but for a little bit there, I was kind of going into like the 9:05, which would have been fine. I'm not trying to hit exactly that time, but I want to see how my body would feel. Like I said, with a little bit of aches here and there, and how I would be able to respond to it. I didn't stop at all for those. It's just going straight into it. I had put my water bottle out around like 4. I think it was about maybe even 4.3 or 4. I thought it was going to be closer to 5. And then I basically, it was by a yellow fire hydrant on the side of the road. So I ran by, grabbed it. I didn't really stop. I just kind of picked it up and then took a few swigs of it, tossed it back down so I can pick it up and have some hydration on the way back. So that was about 4.4 miles looking at the map here. And that I was finishing up my my third of the faster miles or whatnot. Then after that, my 6 mile was a recovery run, which actually ended up being 9:49, a little bit quicker than what I guess was targeting for, just easy run. And then the harder set for me began. After that recovery easy run, I had 2 miles at about a tempo pace, so I set myself to do about targeting 8:30 for 2 miles straight. That was a little bit challenging because I was starting to feel a little bit of soreness in my right knee. My left excuse me, my left hip was been giving me a little bit of issues. That was kind of getting a little bit, flared up, and then the bottom of my right foot. So I was kind of feeling it in all areas. But I wanted, to give it an honest go, and I did. And it was, I would say, it was a little bit going uphill, but not too bad for a stretch of it. And I was able to on the first set do exactly looks like 8:30, and then the second one that was a challenge because I could tell I was getting tired. I could feel the aches, but I was also going at that point. I was just a slight. It's really flat where we went, which is great for these workouts. But it was just a slight downgrade, which was nice. So we had, I had a little downhill to run. I don't want you to say downhill. I mean, it was noticeable, but very minor. But it helped all a bit. So I was able to do that one in 8:31. And then after that, I stopped to catch my breath. That was the first time that I stopped, and that was at mile 8. And then after that, it was just doing a couple of easier recovery runs. I went to go pick up my bottle that I'd left earlier, drank that, saw Meredith, talked for a minute or two, and then I finished up. My last 2 miles was 10:12 and then on 9:18 because I actually, caught my breath and then I picked it up a little bit the last quarter mile, 4/10 of a mile. So, yeah, it was a really good run. A little bit of soreness here and there. My miles for the week, I want to say I'm at 22, yep, 22.6, 22.7 miles. That is definitely not where I typically am for half marathon training, but it hasn't been the typical half marathon training because I really didn't know how much I could do, and I'm definitely not about to try to make up ground and risk an injury. So I know that this training block is probably going to be a little bit less in mileage and just focus on getting good quality. If I feel like this on race day, I'll be able to finish the race. I'm not looking at targeting a very fast race that I'd hoped originally. I thought maybe I might be able to target like low 150 or so, maybe even sub 150, depending on how the training went. I don't have a prediction yet or where I'm at, but these last couple of runs kind of gave me an idea of where I am at. I definitely want to break 2. I've always run under 2 hours. Had some close ones. Actually, one race I went over 2 because that was a bad day. Other than that, it's been under 2. So that's, first always finish the race, and then I want to run under 2. But I think I'll be able to do that, whether that's 155, 154, we'll see how I am here in a couple more weeks. But I'm grateful to be running and training. Like I said, I'll have a follow-up with my specialist this coming week. I don't feel 100%, but I'm pretty damn close to that. Minor little aches here and there. And I've got a 5K next week, actually, that I'm excited for. The 5K was, originally and still set as a training run for the half marathon, which is about 4 weeks after that. So this will be a nice flat course next Sunday, the 23rd. It's the State 48 5K because Arizona was a 48 state. So we'll see. Last year I did this race, but I did the half marathon where I ran 153.59. A good race, a really strong race. So we'll see how that goes. Another week of training and then that race. And then after that, a long run, pretty much one more long run, and then we start to drop it down a little bit. So excited. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I'm curious to hear how you guys are doing. Definitely comment down below what you're training for. Are you doing the short stuff? Are you doing track? Or are you middle, long distance, perhaps ultra marathon, or even any triathletes out there? I know here in Phoenix, Tempe to be exact, we have the Ironman, the Arizona Half Ironman. I believe that's tomorrow, which could be a little dicey with the rain for those cyclists. So we're hoping it's nothing too crazy out there. And then about a month is the full Arizona Ironman, which is big here. Um, and we usually go out and watch the race when we can. So, anyways, that's about it. Hope you guys have a fun, exciting, safe weekend wherever you're at. Thanks again for making it all the way to the end and watching this video. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Bye.